Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final picks to watch of the year, where we're going to be looking at some of the fun and interesting champions that could be making their way to the World Championship in China. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Let's start by looking at a champion that's perfect for those pesky tanks. It's Nidalee.
They will fear the wild.
The jungle headhunter offers huge upside in the early game thanks to her fantastic clear speeds, good mobility, and powerful early skirmishing. This means that with all the tanks roaming around, you have the territorial advantage. Now go show them who the queen of the jungle truly is. Nidalee's spears and cougar form have long been the hallmarks of her kit. However, a more supportive bestial huntress may be on the prowl, especially with the buffs to her heal on 7.18. With this playstyle in mind, the new look Nidalee would build Unholy Grail into Ardent Censer, then wrap her Pokeball build with a Lich Bane. This gives her AD carry a serious attack speed boost while patching up their wounds simultaneously. This combined with Nidalee's already nasty poke means that her team sieging in the present will make towers a thing of the past. This build, while great for buffing and protecting your teammates, essentially makes Nidalee a second support, and if the enemy gets their claws on her, she's positively toast. Our next pick was spotted in Korean solo queue exploring his options as a jungler before making his way west. Yes, ladies and gents, it's Jungle Ezreal. As seen by WE's jungler Condi, his early game is similar to Nidalee's, but his clear speed is much more ludicrous thanks to his passive and spammable Q that turns any jungle camp into instant profit. On top of that, he has no problem adventuring into the enemy jungle and using his E to easily shift his focus from farming to counter jungling. He has strong early game damage, allowing him to skirmish and trade effectively, along with having surprisingly effective red buff ganks. In the right hands, the Starboy doesn't need a map to know where to find an early game lead. His build path is equally aggressive as he rushes a Warrior's Enchantment first, followed up by a Trinity Force for a mid-game spike that's out of this world. Throw in a Duskblade of Drakthar and he'll barrage the enemy with pew-pews faster than you can say easy real. He's heavily dependent on getting ahead in the early game, and if he falls behind, he becomes just another zero utility carry with a bad hairdo to boot. Our next pick is a jungler that's rejoining the competitive ranks after Pest Control left the premises. It's kha'zix.
Blood in the air.
In the east, the muscular mantis recognizes no royalty as he is often picked as a direct response to Jarvan IV due to his ability to cut him down to size in early skirmishes. The Void Reaver doesn't mess around, opting for full-blown damage by building a Warrior Enchantment first item, then sharpening his claws with a Duskblade of Drakthar. Samsung's ambition even likes to rush a Guardian Angel so that he can leap into the thick of things. What may surprise you is pros opting to evolve their ultimate second, and sometimes even first. The added damage to isolated targets and additional slipperiness granted by the evolution makes kha'zix a terrifying 1v1 opponent. If you sync up your ulti with a Storm Raider Surge, the unseen threat can get in, secure the kill, and make his escape before his prey can whip out the bug spray. kha'zix scales relatively well, but his build path makes him an insect made of glass. This means patience, good target focus, and smart flanking will all be necessary to ensure success. Just be sure not to dive face first into the front line, or this fragile flea will be finished. Kira of Gambit Gaming has punched his ticket to Worlds, and with him come a plethora of champions. And since we've been getting hot and heavy in the jungle, let's chill out with the mid laner's most renowned pick, Anivia.
I bring the storm.
The Guardian of the Freljord does well into other low mobility control mages because of how easily she can punish them with her wall and ultimate combo, which forces them to choose a direction before she puts them on ice with her Q. She transitions well into a zoning teamfight mage that can funnel fights and provide peel for her carries to make sure that there's snow where the enemy can catch them. Kira often opts into a standard mana build, going Rod of Ages and Tear in the early game, which ensures that she can conjure up enough glacial storms to give even the hardiest enemies a chill. Because of this build, Anivia's early game impact is pretty minimal. Combine this with her poor mobility and she can become an easy target to camp and execute. You've got to be calm and most importantly cool to get this Icebird off the ground and past her weak early game. Now you will be able to see Kira and Gambit performing at the World Championship as it starts on the 23rd of September, and naturally you won't want to miss that. Now as always, be sure to hit me up with some of the fun and interesting champions that you think could be making its way to the World Championship, and thank you very much for watching throughout this year. We'll see you in the next one. Okay, I'm going to prove a kung fu god, you're gonna hit me in the face.
In the face.
Right in the face.
Right now.
I will predict it and I will block it. You just gotta hit me in the face.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, okay. Okay, that was well, that was a fast punch, man. That was like lightning. It's just straight in the face.
I told you.
We're fine. It's a good punch. It's a good punch.